Hi friends, here again we're meeting with a great student from Mechinistim from Meitsar that taking place in our project in Hukuk, in Kibbutz Genosar, and in Katsarin. So I would like to ask these nice girls and guys some very few basic questions so they will introduce them to you. And we'll start with you, Rona. Rona, I believe that you came from, which country did you come to Israel?
I was born in Israel, but I grew up in the United States, so
yes.
I speak Hebrew and English, and I came after I finished high school to do Mechina here in Meitsar.
So just in few words, what is this project of Lechaim, and what value does it bring to you personally, Rona, this value of the project?
This project is one of the most important volunteer projects I think I've ever done. I think this project gives you a one-on-one or a two-on-one personal connection with the Holocaust survivors who, if you were not to come and visit them, then who knows how many people they would have visit them on a weekly basis. And it's not just the visits, it's the structure and the stability that they know that every Monday or whatever day of the week that you're coming, that you're going to see them and you're going to spend a few hours with them, talk about the news, talk about their lives, talk about stories or things they've gone through, or whatever it is, just having that connection, having that stability and the way they know that you're always there and coming.
Rona, is that project also connect you more to Am Yisrael?
I think it does. It connects me more to the people here. It connects to our roots, to the history of everything that we've gone through as like the Jewish people, to have this state and to be here and have this place as our home. And I think it's definitely an integral part of our history that we cannot forget. And sadly, like we have to start talking to these people and making more connections with these people now, because time just keeps moving forward, and every year there are less and less of them, and the more they tell their stories and the more we hear their voices, the more we can always remember what happened and move on and keep our history as something that we have today.
Fantastic one. Thank you very much. And to you, Amit.
Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan, sorry. Jonathan, I want to ask you, how important is that to the view of you, to the eyes of you, to visiting these people? Why do you think it's important to visiting them?
Why it's important?
Yeah.
I think that it's important because it's very make you feel important and more.
כן,
למה אני חושב שזה חשוב לקחת חלק בפרויקט הזה? אני חושב שזה פשוט מצב ששתי הצדדים מרוויחים בו.
said something very important, that the value that he receiving from the project, it's win-win situation. Both sides are receiving great benefits out of it.
וכל צד בעצם מסיטואציה אחת כל צד יכול להרוויח דברים שונים. למשל אני בתור אחד שאין לו סבא וסבתא בארץ לפחות.
This is unique. Sorry that I'm interrupting, Jonathan, but he doesn't have grandparents in Israel. His grandparents actually in Uruguay.
Yes.
Is that right? And therefore, meeting the Holocaust survivor or the winner of the Holocaust, as we call them, it's giving them maybe something he's really missing in himself, right? אתה מרגיש חסר את זה?
נכון, וגם סבא שלי בעצם היה ניצול שואה.
His grandpa was also a Holocaust survivor.
ולא יצא לי, הוא מת לפני שנולדתי, אז לא יצא לי.
And he died. His grandpa died before Jonathan had the chance to meet with him.
זהו.
תודה, ג'ונתן. יופי, אנחנו נעבור. שלא נעריך את השם רק?
אופיר.
אופיר. When you leave the project, when you finish on Monday afternoon and you're coming back to the Mechina, how do you feel inside?
I come back always happier than I was before.
Why?
Because I speak to as Jonathan said, to people that I don't usually speak. They've been through a lot of different things from me, and they passed a lot of things, so we have a lot to talk about. And I get to know a whole different person who I didn't know 4 months ago, which is very nice. And every time I come, I feel better because I feel like I'm doing a process, and I'm getting to know a person I didn't know before. And we have a very good connection that gets better every time, so every time I come back.
Do you think it's important for Israel to have this connection with elderly and youngsters for unity, for better unity?
Yes, of course, because as I said before, they have a whole different history from us. and they passed a lot of things that we didn't. For example, the last time we were there, we spoke about the Madiuk sentence. It's a Holocaust. I don't know how to say it exactly, but so, and Marit, she said that she's been there. It's crazy to think about it, that we're learning this history, and she's actually been there. So we have a lot to speak about, and as I said, she's done a lot of different things from us, and she passed so much more than we did. So it's nice, and it's very good for us and for her.
One more question we have to do just quick because we are limited with a little video. But when you think, but is that when you leave the Mechina, when at the end of the year, do you think it's any possibility that this project will be just 1 year project?
I believe so, because from the 4 months I've been through, I learned so much, and I think it's so meaningful for me and for her. So I really believe that I'll keep going forward with it, even when I pass the Mechina.
Inshallah, Meizar Hashem. And now to you,
Shira.
Shira, I want to ask, your name, her name is Shira, it's a song. When you meet the Holocaust survivor, שאת נפגשת עם הניצול שואה שאת נפגשת, do you really feel that open your heart and the other side too? כן, כן.
כן, ברור. גם לי יש קשר לשואה, כאילו, כל הצד של אבא שלי היו בשואה.
All the fathers of Shira, all the father side was also in the Holocaust, so she's very connected to that issue.
כן, אבל רובם לא הסכימו לדבר, והייתי קרובה לסבתא רבתא שלי, אבל היא לא הסכימה לדבר.
And most of her family, Shira said, they was not open up to talk about it. So actually she didn't receive so much from them as she's grew up.
והפרויקט הזה כן פתח אותי יותר לסיפורים.
And that project is opening her for that.
כן, וגם כאילו כשאני נמצאת איתו, אני כן מרגישה שאני גם עוברת איתו תהליך, וגם יוצאת כל פעם מלאה מחדש.
So she feels that through the Holocaust survivor she's visiting now, she is kind of doing a healing process in herself to bring back what she had been missing before, and she feels each time that it's really renewed her and refresh her. Basically, when you leave the project, כשאת עוזבת את מרגישה מלאות. I asked her if she feels fulfilled when she left the project. I will ask you the same question that I asked all of them. When you leave the Mechina, by the end of the year, do you think you want to go on and continue something like this?
כן, אני בטוחה שאני עושה.
She's sure she wants to continue. Thank you so much for these great representatives of Mechina Meitsar, doing wonderful, wonderful work. Every year, they are very dedicated. We love them, we're proud of them, and thank you so much to listen to them. Thank you very much.